And welcome to the Estadio Centroamericano de Mayaguez as we get set for the second match of Group B here in the Concacaf Caribbean Club Shield between SWA Sharks FC of Turks and Caicos and AS Gosier of Guadeloupe. I'm Donnie Barnes. Both these clubs played a couple nights ago in their openers of this competition. Of course, an honor for both these clubs to participate, and SWA Sharks began with a 1-0 defeat to Young Holland yesterday. A gutsy performance, but just unable to find the back of the net. They are champions of the WIV Provo Premier League in 2021. And for AS Gosier, as you see here, they began with a victory in all 3 points, rallying from a deficit to defeat Real Rincon 2-1. And so they and Young Holland top the group thus far with 3 points each. Real Rincon and SWA Sharks with defeat in their opening matches. So for SWA Sharks, an important one today as they try to get back on track in Group B in what is their first ever appearance in this competition. It is a windy day here in Puerto Rico, and we will pause for our national anthem and come back with starting lineups and opening kickoff. Should be a good one today in beautiful weather, and we'll have it for you next. Almost set for match time as we look at our starting 11s for these two sides. First for SWA Sharks, who again were champions of the WIV Provo Premier League in 2021 to qualify for this competition. Sebastian Turbyfield is their goalkeeper. Kevin de Below is their captain in the middle of the park. And watch out for their striker, Brian Gregg, who will start up top for them. He scored 4 goals in a league match for them last month. We will look at our officials next. There they are at midfield. Our referee this afternoon is Reginald Gums. The assistant referees are Denroy Barker and Ainsley Rochard. And the fourth official will be Fernando Moron. In just a moment, we'll see the starting 11 for AS Gosier. The two captains exchanging fist bumps with each other and the officials after the coin toss. AS Gosier wearing the white today. They are on the right of your screen. SWA Sharks will be kicking from left to right in this first half in the navy blue. Here are the starting 11 for AS Gosier, led by their goalkeeper Dimitri Edouard. Their captain is Johan Nankisori. Karim Lauba starts up top for them, their lone forward listed. AS Gosier from Guadeloupe, and again began their group phase campaign with a victory, rallying in the second half to defeat Real Rincon. Ronan Popot and Olivier Serine scored the goals, and that come from behind victory in the second half. Gary Gregg is the technical director and head coach of SWA Sharks. Michael Germain is the head coach of AS Gosier. The winners of this competition will qualify for the playoff of the Concacaf League. So they will have an opportunity to contest a place in next year's Concacaf League. Again, goal number 1 for each of these sides, for everybody involved. Qualify for the knockout rounds, get out of the group phase. It will be SWA Sharks to begin things and kick off. And we are underway on this Sunday afternoon from Puerto Rico. Again, Sharks kicking left to right in the navy blue kits. And Gosier immediately forcing a turnover in the white. Good harassing by Serene Livier, and more so down toward that corner. Some early words and a little bump with Ledson Jerome of SWA Sharks. And referee Reginald Gums immediately looking to calm things down. Having a word with Jerome and Livier. Early free kick for SWA. Good flick on, one there by Kevin de Below, the captain. And here's a chance for Sharks. And it squibs just wide. The save made by Dimitri Edouard. He got enough on it and deflected it wide of that near post. Big opportunity for SWA Sharks in the game's opening minute. And they're straight back onto the attack from the ensuing throw. Really bright start from them. Again, failed to score yesterday in a 1-0 defeat. Opening up today's match with great energy and intent. And if not for a really good save from Edouard, they would have the lead already. Now it's AS Gosier who go to the attack. SWA Sharks able to defend that situation. And it's a breezy day. The wind, what we've seen from the flags, appears to be blowing right to left. So it's blowing in the face of Sharks goalkeeper Sebastian Turbyfield. So AS Gosier playing with the wind in this first half. make long balls and on goal kicks and free kicks interesting, traveling in that right to left direction. Attempting a long ball over the top there was Romain Linot. That was intercepted. The ball runs out of play and will be a throw for SWA. The ball somehow found its way up the line, and offside. The flag immediately goes up. See the assistant referee at the bottom of your screen raising that flag on that through ball. Good idea, though. Bright attacking intent from SWA in the game's early minutes. That was Brian Gregg, who was trying to break in behind the defense, was just a bit too early in doing so. Mentioned a moment ago, Brian Gregg scored 4 goals in a match last month for SWA. He is definitely a threat. Again for SWA, beginning the campaign with a defeat. Another loss in this one might see them out of the running to qualify for the knockouts. Here's a foul and a free kick, and the first card of the match. So an early yellow as Serene Livier was chopped down. Yeah, it did appear that that was Kevin de Belot who was shown the card. Again, the captain of this SWA squad. So he goes on to a yellow card just a handful of minutes into the match. Now Romain Linot over the free kick and strikes it just over the bar. And I'm not sure if Turbyfield got a touch to that. And the center referee appeared to consult with his assistant on the far side, who said no touch, goal kick. Great free kick, just missing over the bar. Really entertaining opening 5 minutes to this match. Both sides going for it. Neither content to just come here to Puerto Rico and make up the numbers and have a nice little stroll around the park. They're both hungry to score goals and put up points and really show what they can do on this stage. Here's Linot. Looking to break lines with that pass, and did, but just a bit too much on it. Trying to release Malik Brochu. And a goal kick for SWA Sharks. There is Sebastian Turbyfield. This will be a throw for Gosier. AS Gosier made their continental debut last year in this competition. They went out in the group stage, so this is their second appearance in the Concacaf Caribbean Club Shield. Possible opportunity here, but off his line comes Turbyfield smartly to cover that. Both teams making good forward runs in behind the defense and looking to thread balls through. And you see the wind blowing against Turbyfield as he took that kick there. See that ball just hold up and make a leftward turn in that stiff breeze. You see the flags at the very top of your screen pointing from right to left. So it's going to be difficult for Turbyfield on goal kicks in this first half in these current conditions. Not going to be able to get a lot of distance on those. SWA Sharks will hope that the conditions are similar in the second half when they would have the advantage. Looking to come forward through the midfield. But Junior Paul's progress was halted. Now Gosier to the attack. Held up by Livier. Good ball through. And a scuffed shot. Well wide and out for a goal kick. Good opportunity there on his left. Unable to make a clean connection. As Mikhail Germain looks on. Referee blows for a foul against Gosier. SWA Sharks looking to mount an attack. Bit of a slice clearance. And then, will the referee blow for a foul there? No. Play on, he says. And it's retrieved by Ledson Jerome for SWA. Playing at the heart of that three-man back line. Kept moving by Ricardo Joasilou. The only native of Haiti on this SWA Sharks roster. Now a chance for Sharks to break. And a ball down the left side. This is a 2-on-2 break for SWA. Trying to cut it back. Didn't have a teammate there when he thought he did. And it's just out for a throw. Fought for along that far touchline. And a throw for Sharks again. Turbyfield trying to keep that kick low, but again, it's just not traveling in this stiff wind. Malik Brosieu, and then Serene Livier, and Romain Linon. Trying to keep it in play on that far side. Well done to do so. Loose ball, though, picked up by SWA, looking to spring the counter over the top. Gregg hoping to run onto it and just hooked out of play. Again, you see the danger of Brian Gregg looking to run between that back line. There is Jerry Gregg, head coach, technical director of SWA Sharks. Referee puts his whistle to his lips, blows for a foul and a free kick for SWA. As Kevin de Belot was brought down. SWA looked like they could pose a threat from set pieces in the box, especially with de Belot's size if he can get forward. Get on the end of some aerial balls. Again, the wind blowing against them in this first half. So it might be difficult to float balls invitingly into that attacking area. Joasilou takes it low along the deck. Unable to be controlled the first time. Hopping toward that corner, taken in by Wildens Delva, who wins a corner off of Malik Brosieu. First corner of the match coming up. And it will be Brian Gregg to take. He'll go with the outswinger, put in low. And off an SWA player who thought he was being pushed. Might have a chance to have that be called a foul in other areas of the pitch. It's going to be tough to get a penalty in the penalty area from just a slight push like that. Gosier looking for a spell of possession here. Lino. Bad pass forward. Chance for SWA to break, but they weren't able to be clean with their break. They do win a free kick right on the halfway line. That looked much more promising for them initially, though. Weren't able to get the first couple passes right to set them away. Free kick played in low, somehow reaches that far side. Top of the area, Dibelo pulls it back. Right-footed effort from distance, and it's just wide left. Decent hit, especially into the wind from Alex Bryan. See that strike again. Bryan got a hold of it pretty well. Wasn't too far away, although Dimitri Edouard had it covered, it looked like, if it had been on frame. That's a handball and a free kick now for Gosier. They take it quickly. Space out on the right. Cross put in. Falls on the edge of the box. And a shot was scuffed by Serene Livier. Thomas Chagnon trying to create a turnover in the penalty area. Came off him last for a goal kick. Well, AS Gosier have had a couple shooting opportunities inside the box early on today, and just haven't been able to make clean connections with them. Had that one free kick from outside the area that just flew over the bar. That's the closest they've come in this opening quarter of an hour. It was a neat initial little spin from Ricardo Joasilou, but then he lost out. And extending, trying to win that ball back, couldn't do it, and then the foul committed by Junior Paul. Another free kick for Gosier. Referee motioning for Junior Paul to get away from the ball. Free kick put into the box and bouncing right in on Sebastian Turbyfield, who on this turf looked a little uncertain on that first bounce. I think it took a higher hop than he anticipated. Of course, both of these teams traveling from their respective regions and islands to participate in this tournament. These are amateur sides, so all taking time off from their work, their day jobs, to be able to participate in this tournament. A lot of work put in by the coaches and volunteers and administrative staffs of both these clubs. A chance at Caribbean continental glory. Being able to participate in a continental competition, always an honor. Again, for SWA Sharks, their first time tasting this competition, second time for AS Gosier. Gosier with a good spell of possession here. SWA content to pull back and defend. Now they probe down that right side. Chance to serve across in, maybe, but it just runs out of play. Turbyfield putting the goal kick back in play quickly, keeping it low this time, not wanting to deal with that wind. Good little turn of pace and nearly threading it through to Dibelo. Jeff Beljour just unable to regain his footing to pursue that ball. It was Wildens Delva, but he was fouled. That was why he lost his balance. So a free kick for SWA Sharks. They're going to have to pull it back about 15 yards or so. The referee says, no, more than that. Jeff Beljour reluctantly obliges. Jerry Gregg looking on. His team so nearly made the perfect start to this game. That shot in the 3rd minute that was just saved by Dimitri Edouard. Not a good ball there. Chance for Gosier to attack. Chaigneau over the top. Down that right-hand side. Can he keep it in play? Apparently so. And then served into the box. But SWA able to do enough, and then the foul fully relieves the pressure. Referee having a talk with Thomas Chaigneau. Good wriggling in space there by Ricardo Joasilou. Maintaining possession for his side, but then possession lost. And it results in a throw for SWA. This is the 5th edition of the Caribbean Club Shield. Again, the winner of this competition, as long as they fulfill Concacaf regional club licensing criteria, will play against the 4th place team of the Caribbean Club Championship for a place in the Concacaf League. High sliced clearance. Didn't go very far. Malik Brosiu trying to cross. That hit a wall of navy blue shirts. Ball not going out into touch, staying in play and taken in by Livier. Now from the center of the park, Ronan Popote thought about a long shot. Now a chance to break for SWA. Played through. A lot on that, but it's going to be run down by Junior Paul. He's offside. That's a shame for SWA. Really promising situation. Had numbers after Gosier were caught out in the midfield. So 20 minutes gone, 0-0. AS Gosier, if they could win this match, be on 6 points from 2 games. Already would have a foot nearly in the knockout round. They could potentially clinch qualification to the knockouts with a win today. They'll have a free kick here. Mikhail Germain barking instructions from the Gosier touchline. Another opportunity to surge forward for Junior Paul. It was he who took that shot in the 3rd minute that Dimitri Edouard saved really well with his feet. Clipped forward by Lino, over the head of his teammate, all the way through to Turbyfield. Calm play from Alex Bryan. Jeff Beljour. Good physicality to shrug off the attacker. Hacked forward by Joasilou. Doesn't stay in play on that far touchline. This figures to be the pattern of the game. We'll see Gosier with the majority of possession. SWA soaking up pressure and looking to hit them on the break. Down the right flank. It's a fast surface here at the Estadio Centroamericano de Mayaguez. And so that ball skipping off that turf. Some of those long balls looking to serve in behind the back line for attackers to run onto. Not working out for AS Gosier in this first half because that ball's just skidding so quickly out across the end line. Might have to put a bit less on those long through balls. Free kick for SWA. Look at the foul again as Wilden's Delva was brought down. This will be a free kick for Gosier this time. It was Chagnot who was bundled over. Look to take it quickly. Johan Nankisori. Lucas Arden. Not able to connect with his teammate out wide, Yuma Gaspar. Gosier will have a throw. Over midway through this first half, SWA had that early chance that was saved by Edouard. The free kick that went just over for Gosier. A couple other half chances for them in the box that they haven't taken. Now a turnover, and here comes Karim Loba trying to interchange with Serene Livier, and a poor touch. Turbyfield able to gather. Right back comes Gosier. One back though by Joasilu, looking to release the counter. Knocked down for another free kick for SWA Sharks. Or is it? Now the referee pointing the other direction. No, this will be a Gosier free kick. And the referee signals that it's time for a water break for both sides. Chris Bryan is the assistant trainer for SWA Sharks. Dr. Sam Slattery is their team doctor. Osier Lafontaine is the medical assistant for AS Gosier. And the Caribbean Club Shield, instituted in 2018 at a meeting in San Francisco, actually agreed to begin the competition in July 2017, first held in 2018. Robin Hood won it last year, or the last year it was held. Club Franciscain, also winners in the past. This is known as a Tier 2 competition in Concacaf, contested by the champions of the top leagues in member associations that have no professional or semi-professional leagues. Also open to amateur and semi-professional leagues as well. So, ready to play again. Gosier get us back underway. Looking to thread that through was Karim Loba. It's toward that far side and hacked away by Callum Park. Wind continuing to blow right to left. There's the towering figure of Cavern de Belot. Again, if SWA could hang around in this match, keep it at 0-0, get into the second half where the wind would be in their favor, I wonder if Belot could get on the end of something in the box from a corner or a set piece. This will be a corner for Gosier, will it? No, goal kick. Looked as though the assistant referee on the far side was initially pointing to the corner with his flag, but goal kick the eventual decision. Gosier able to win that battle for the ball. Now down the left side. Again, that ball skipping quickly on the turf, able to be kept in play this time. Down by the corner flag, it's Karim Lauba trying to wriggle past two defenders, nearly did. Then goes tumbling over. Good challenge, though, from Jeff Beljour. Unable to connect with the outlet ball to Brian Gregg. Gregg becoming increasingly isolated up top for SWA as this first half goes on. This will be a goal kick. I think for SWA in these conditions, getting to halftime at 0-0, crucial. That would be a big win for them because they're just not able to play those long balls against this wind. Here come Gosier with numbers, breaking down the right. Starting to create more of those turnovers. And off a defender, this will be a corner. As with a half hour gone, AS Gosier knocking on the door, looking for the opener. Malik Brosio trotting over to take the first corner of the match for Gosier. See the wind blowing that ball off the corner line. The in-swinger hung high up into that breeze and put on target, but not with a lot behind it. Turbyfield able to make the save. Great opportunity, but no power behind the header. Well, that ball was in the air for so long, and I believe it was Johan Nankasori who finally got to it and would have expected to do better. Nankasori wins it back. Again, Gosier asserting themselves more and more as this half goes on. Can they make it count on the scoreboard? Miscommunication there between Linot and Lauba, and it runs all the way out for another goal kick. Let's see that chance again from that last corner. Yeah, it was Johan Nankasori peeling away toward that near post. Did really well to judge the flight of the ball when everybody else misjudged it. But having gotten there, in space, just a few yards out, unable to get a clean contact with it. Big collision there, free kick, as Brian Gregg was knocked down hard. Nankasori trying to say he got the ball. Maybe that's true, but he got a lot more man than he got ball. SWA trying to relieve the pressure and have a little spell of their own. Could use some possession to break up this growing Gosier momentum. And good, clever play there. Cavern de Belot able to win a free kick for his team. Again, difficult to serve an aerial ball in the way you'd like to in conditions like this against the wind for SWA. See if they keep this free kick low. You see DeBello at the top of the box there, number 9 for SWA Sharks. They're trying to target him. Came off the wall, and then the try from distance. Ambitious and well off target from Luca Vivini. There's Dimitri Edouard. Made that crucial save in the 3rd minute. Kept SWA from jumping to an early lead. Brosiu, Thomas Chagnon, Yohanan Kasori. Forward by Ronan Papot. Good sequence of passing here by Gosier. And the long ball down the left. Decent switch of play. Took an odd bounce, didn't quite reach Malik Brosiu. They will have a throw. Some debris rolling out onto the pitch in this wind. Throw from Brosiu. Trying to turn the corner, Romain Leno, but dispossessed well. Given right back to Nankasori. His effort skips through on Turbyfield. An easy save for the SWA goalkeeper. 10 minutes to go until halftime, plus time added on, of course. SWA hanging in. Nankasori striking it. Not sure if that would have been on target in the end. One of the first times SWA's been able to string a handful of passes together since the early stages of the match. That hit their own man, Wildens Delva, out for a Gosier throw. Still, Jerry Gregg has to be thinking, if we can get to halftime at 0-0 and then have the wind at our backs in the second half, they'll feel they have a real chance at snatching this game. Kept in play, kept moving by Brosiu. Top of the box. Alex Bryan able to intervene. Given back though. Gosier again cranking up the pressure. Space to drive in across from that right flank. Headed to the top of the box. Brian Gregg trying to hold up play. But won back by Malik Brosiu. Just unable to make that ball stick and get up the pitch. SWA. Ball through down the right and put toward the top of the 6-yard box and booted out for a corner. Be a second corner for Gosier. Callum Park able to get back and hammer that out across the end line for SWA and prevent a chance. Ball moving in the wind by that corner flag. Slipping as he delivered that. Bounced harmlessly along the end line, stayed in play. Gosier able to win it back. Long distance try, skipping toward the end line. This will be another corner. Turbyfield trying to keep it in play, but could not. Ball really skipping off the turf. This corner taken by Romain Linot. Linot with the in-swinger into a dangerous area, went through everyone. Nobody could get a foot on it. It will be, what is it? It's going to be a goal kick. I thought so, since it didn't look like anybody made any contact with it. Initially, appeared it was being given as another corner. Necessarily short goal kick in this wind by Turbyfield. Callum Park did well to hold on to the ball. Wildens Delva. SWA unable to get across that halfway line very often over the last 20 minutes or so. Here come Gosier in numbers again down that right. And put it into the 6-yard box, and there's the opening goal. Headed home by Serene Livier. And in the 40th minute, AS Gosier break the deadlock. They lead 1-0. The looping header from Livier, beating Turbyfield. And Gosier, who'd been threatening for most of this first half, find the goal at last. Good cross in. That's a good header from Livier. Back where it came from, into the roof of the net. Well done. Well, SWA Sharks were so close to getting to halftime at 0-0. But unable to hold out. Now again, they'll still have the wind at their backs in the second half. That's a real psychological blow for them. And for Gosier, having come from behind in the last 20 minutes to defeat Real Rincon in their group opener, they'll continue to feel very good. 3 points already on the board, and now in the lead in their second group phase match. Again, they made their continental debut in this tournament last year, but went out in the group stage, so a real opportunity for them now to better their showing from last year and at least qualify for the knockouts. Good battle down in the corner. That was Kareem Loba hassling the defender by that corner flag. Mikel Germain has to be pretty pleased with what he's seen in the first half. An opportunity perhaps coming at the edge of the box. Trying to wriggle his way through. Olivier takes it down. Olivier trying to surge past two defenders. Chenio. Lauba. Gosier continuing to dominate after that opening goal. Lauba. Content to keep the ball. Nankasuri goes all the way back to Edouard. This will be a throw for SWA Sharks. It showed some attacking promise in the opening 10 minutes or so, and that has faded as this half has gone on. But again, it'll be interesting to see what they can do in the second half with the wind at their back. We'll have a free kick here. Final minute of the 45. Kick, punted forward. Gosier's backline's been really good in this first half as well. Haven't had a ton to do. They've done it pretty well. Good dispossession there by Joasilu. Trying to launch a counter. Again, those counterattacks being snuffed out pretty quickly. Down the right. Here's Brian Gregg. Gregg trying to turn the corner and does. Gregg in the box, squaring across the top of the 6. And nobody there in navy blue. Best position that SWA have found themselves in since the opening minutes. Brian Gregg just unable to connect with a teammate after doing so well to get himself to the end line and turn the corner. As you saw, we'll have 2 minutes added on at the end of this first half. Great chance for SWA Sharks to get themselves level before the break, out of nothing. And even though he hasn't had a lot to work with in this first half, we do see the danger that Brian Gregg poses. Good strength on the ball. Gosier content to knock it around. Get to halftime up 1-0. One more attack for them perhaps. Unable to connect on that right. That wind blowing even more strongly as this half wears on. Joasilu. Beljour. Beljour with room to come forward. Releases Wilden's Delva down the right. Delva's cross into the box. A good ball in. Couldn't quite connect with Kevin de Below. Well, SWA Sharks ending the half strongly in these last couple minutes. Getting themselves into dangerous positions for the first time since the very early stages of the match. That will give them some encouragement for the second half. But that is the end of the first half at the Estadio Centroamericano de Mayaguez. And it ends with AS Gosier in the lead thanks to that 40th minute goal from Serine Livier. And so with 45 minutes gone and 45 to go in this Group B match in the Concacaf Caribbean Club Shield, it's SWA Sharks FC 0, AS Gosier 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the score after the first period is over. SWA Sharks
see highlights from the first half of this SWA Sharks versus AS Gosier match. That early foul gave AS Gosier a free kick in the opening 5 minutes. This shot went just wide from Luca Vivini. This corner kick led to what had been the best chance thus far, as Johan Nankasori got himself on the end of it, but couldn't get a lot of power behind it. But then the opening goal arrived on 40 minutes. Great cross in, excellent header by Serene Livier. Falling backwards, but able to guide it back where it came from and put AS Gosier in front. Really well done and well deserved by AS Gosier, who had the better of the play in the first half. So 1-0 is our scoreline. So we'll take another break and come back in just a bit with half number 2 from Puerto Rico.
semifinales del Concacaf Club Shield 2022. Orgullosamente conectándote desde 12 destinos en Estados Unidos al mundo a través de una red que sigue expandiendo, volando de forma más segura y económica. QatarAirways.com. Déjate inspirar por los colores de Puerto Rico. La vibrante paleta de colores de nuestra isla brindará el escenario perfecto para tu próximo evento. Conoce más en discoverpuertorico.com/sports. El Departamento de Recreación y Deportes cuenta con una amplia oferta académica, deportiva y recreativa a través de sus programas y del Instituto Puertorriqueño para el Desarrollo del Deporte y la Recreación. Para detalles, comunícate al 787-721-2800 o visita en Facebook Departamento de Recreación y Deportes, en Instagram y Twitter Recrea y Deportes. Todos por el deporte.
Back here at the Estadio Centroamericano de Mayaguez for the second half between SWA Sharks and AS Gosier. With AS Gosier leading by 1-0 thanks to that 40th minute opener from Cyril Livier. There you see Sebastian Turbyfield, the goalkeeper for SWA Sharks, who will be kicking from right to left in this second half. And of course, we normally tell you who's kicking which direction at the start of each half, just for reference, so you know which team is which. But in this case, it could be really meaningful, and we talked about it in the first half. You see those flags there behind that main stand in the background, that wind continuing to gust from right to left. And it really seemed to impact SWA Sharks in the first half when they were going against the wind. Well, here in the second half, they will be with the wind, and we'll see if that helps their attack. And not only their attack, but their goal kicks, free kicks from their own area. They weren't able to get much distance on their clearances in those opening 45. So we're back underway. Referee Reginald Gums whistling play back in session for the second 45. Right away, SWA Sharks able to get on the ball, but unable to do much with it. They fell 1-0 to Young Holland yesterday in their first group stage match. So still looking for their first goal of the competition. They had a great chance early on. In the third minute. And now here's a chance to break through. And trying to chip the keeper. Opportunity still alive. Left-footed effort cleared off the line by the defender. Shouts for handball from Gosier, but it stays 1-0. Well, that was Jesse Rempart-Cole, who we didn't see much of in the first half, nearly doubling Gosier's advantage. Here they come again. Numbers forward, but not the ball forward that they were looking for. Well, let's look at that chance again for Rempart-Cole. Trying to chip the keeper from outside the box. And then went to his left foot, and excellent defending. I believe that was Junior Paul who got back. May have been Alex Bryan. So SWA Sharks staying in this match. Mikhail German unhappy with his team there as they sent that ball into touch. AS Gosier to break through those lines again. Here they come with Cyril Livier. Scored in the first half. Looking for another here. Wriggles past one defender, then goes down. The referee says He's not interested. Well, you saw him put his whistle to his lips and then think about it for a few seconds. He kept us in suspense. Was he going to point for the penalty? And the answer was no. But SWA Sharks looking very shaky in the opening minutes of the second half. Let's see this again. Was this a penalty? Don't see much in that. Luca Vivini didn't make a lot of contact, it appeared. Olivier was looking for it. Referee didn't buy it. So Serene Livier with the 40th minute goal. That's the only one of the match thus far. We've had one yellow card in the match. That was to Kevin de Belot, just 5 minutes in. Good knockdown by Livier, playing really well. Turbyfield a long way out of his goal and lets it run out. Despite the change in directions and who's facing the wind in this second half beginning much as the first went, with AS Gosier doing most of the attacking, having most of the possession. SWA Sharks began and ended the half pretty well. They had that great chance just 3 minutes in, where Dimitri Edouard had to make his first and so far only save of the match. Then they had a good opportunity in stoppage time in the first half when Brian Gregg broke down the right goal line, the right end line, and nearly set up an equalizer. Free kick coming for Gosier here. You hear that wind whipping around. Free kick kept low and then struck from distance well over the bar. It's a good set piece routine. We saw Heart of Midlothian do that in the Scottish Cup semi-final yesterday in front of a big crowd, a big moment against their arch rivals from across the city. Run up as if to take the long shot from a free kick, then you roll it short to a teammate who leaves it for you to then take a shot from much closer in. It's a clever routine. Worked for Hearts yesterday, didn't quite work out for AS Gosier just there. Now, SWA Sharks looking for their first attack of the second half. Toward the top of the box, chance coming here, and a heavy touch, and it just runs out of play for SWA. It looked like it had opened up for them. Junior Paul tried to take that down and set himself up for the shot, but his touch was much too heavy. So even though they haven't had a lot of moments of attack in this match, SWA Sharks have shown that this Gosier back line can be vulnerable. As long as it stays 1-0, they're still in with a chance. They wanted a free kick there as Vivini goes down and stays down. They'll have a throw instead as Vivini's back up. looking to get around the edge, Ricardo Joasilu, and it runs out for a goal kick. Better sequence, though, from SWA Sharks. Now Gosier looking to get back on the front foot. More good work by Livier. Just skipping through people in the midfield. Nearly did so again. Joasilu said, not this time. Gosier will have a throw by their own corner flag. Saw Callum Park have to wipe the hair from in front of his eyes there as he approached that ball, that wind blowing his long hair into his face. That's a luxury problem to have for many of us. Now then, Gosier. And looking for a hand to the face. Referee now blows his whistle for an injury, but not for a foul. That was inside the penalty area, so if the referee had judged it to be a foul, it would have been a penalty. Would have had to have been. And Livier arguing with the referee that it should have been. That was Thomas Chagnot breaking into the box and felt he got a loose arm in the face from Jeff Beljour. So it will be a drop ball for SWA Sharks. Good ball out of the back. Space there in midfield. Brian Gregg looking to switch it out to the right, and it gets there. Overlapping run, looping just wide of that far post. Well, that was not intended to be a shot. Came off a defender and almost nestled into that corner. It will be a corner kick instead for SWA. So Brian Gregg walking over to take it. Little joke with the assistant referee. Now the outswinger toward the top of the box. Gosier able to get it clear. And that's good work by them to play their way out. SWA trying to put the press on. Are able to win the ball back, and they win a free kick. And the referee intervening to try to prevent Junior Paul from squaring up to an opponent. Well, the free kick is for Gosier, apparently. Let's see this again. Junior Paul gets to the ball first, gets spun around, then gets kicked. Wasn't happy with the contact. Not sure why the free kick went the other way. Neither side has made a change yet, and neither side has a ton of substitutes. SWA do have 3 on their bench, 1 goalkeeper, 2 outfield players. Gosier haven't named any outfield players as subs. They have 1 other goalkeeper. Here they come now with Jesse Rempart-Cole, unable to combine with a teammate after a good initial surge. It's turned over to De Below, trying to run at that right flank. De Below has Greg breaking into the box, but didn't have room to serve it to him, and good work by Johan Nankasori to not only prevent the cross, but then prevent the corner. You see that nutmeg a moment ago by Jesse Rempart-Cole. Didn't realize at full speed that he had nutmegged Callum Park. SWA creates something here. Floated into the box. What appeared to be a handball, nothing given. Back in it comes. There's the goalkeeper, Dimitri Edouard. Applause from Brian Gregg, though. Again, better from SWA Sharks. With an hour gone, they continue to trail AS Gosier by a 1-0. Serene Livier in the 40th minute separating the sides. Free kick for Gosier, and I think we're going to have the second card of the match. Referee going to his pocket and shows the yellow to Luca Vivini. So Vivini becomes the second player booked for Sharks. Hacking down Jesse Rempart-Cole. Sounds as though Alan George has entered the match. Yeah, he has. Now, he's listed as a goalkeeper, but he's not playing goalkeeper. So he has come into the match, replacing Yuma Gaspar. So George on for Gaspar. Again, George, the only listed substitute in the squad for AS Gosier today. So we would not expect any further substitutions from them. Now, AS Gosier, line-splitting pass. They're in here. It's Livier. Livier puts it wide. Just wasn't able to bring that under control quickly enough with the goalkeeper off his line and stranded. Another defender's racing back to defend the goal line. Livier could not find the target after spinning around. The AS Gosier goal scorer continues to be their biggest threat. Just unable to get turned in time and get a strike on goal. Gosier have had a couple good chances in this second half to score that second and perhaps put the match to bed. Here they come again. Alan George just on. Looking to make an immediate impact. Pulls it back for Livier. Livier keeps it moving. Chagnot. Now Chagnot into the box. There's George, and he puts it just wide. What a chance. Oh, he nearly made an immediate impact. His teammate wanted him to let it go, but you can't blame George. Wow. Should have been 2-0. If SWA Sharks are able to get something from this match, remember these moments for AS Gosier. Greg trying to turn at the top of the box. Has to be careful with that roundhouse karate kick there. Good thing he didn't make contact with the Gosier defender. It could have been a red. Here's Junior Paul up against two white shirts. Forward from Vivini. Scooped along toward Greg. Put out a play. Which side of the corner flag did it roll out on? Looks like it's going to be a corner. Substitution now for SWA Sharks. Jose Elcias is about to come on, replacing Luca Vivini, who was on a yellow card, remember. So Elcias for Vivini. The corner kick by Greg, bending toward that back post and had to be clawed away by Dimitri Edouard. Almost an Olympico from Brian Gregg. I'm not sure if that would have crept inside that far post or whether it would have been just wide, but Edouard couldn't take any chances. Well, that would have been something. To score an Olympico in a continental tournament, Greg was not far away. Acrobatic from Edouard to get to it. Now from the opposite side. Hanging up there a long time. Greg will have another chance at a cross. Here comes Edouard, and he takes confidently. Well done by the Gosier goalkeeper, who hasn't had an enormous amount to do in the 65 minutes so far, but what he has had to do, he's done really well. Oh, almost falling down there was a Gosier defender. Good agility to help his team keep the ball in the middle of falling to the ground by Lucas Arden. Chagnot surveying now under no pressure. It's going to be a throw for SWA. Pretty interesting contest now. The SWA chasing an equalizer, posing some threat with the wind at their backs in the second half, but AS Gosier always looking threatening to break through that Sharks back line and score that killer second. Good feet from Rempart Cole. Rempart Cole again settling for George. Arden. Linon. Man goes down, tumbling over for SWA. Play continues. George's cross to the top of the box. Hooked down by Livier acrobatically. And now the referee stops play with Jose Elcias down for SWA Sharks. And unhappy with the referee for not spotting whatever made him tumble to the ground, saying there was an elbow there in my face. And Kevin de Below, wearing the captain's armband, having to push his teammate away from the referee. Now having to push him away harder as Jose Elcius really incensed by whatever he felt happened a moment ago. Now his goalkeeper, Turbyfield, having to come over and push him further away. Well, ball back in play. Would be interesting to see what might have happened there with Jose Elcius. We're on the world feed, so of course we don't control the replays and what's shown, but he was really irate about whatever he felt took place there. But play goes on. SWA continuing to chase that equalizer. By that corner flag. Oh, good play. Jeff Beljour bursting into the area and well blocked. And it will be a goal kick, as it apparently came off de below last. Good defending in the end, as SWA got themselves into a dangerous position, but again, not able to create any end product from it. SWA nearly 70 minutes gone. Gosier continuing to lead by a goal to nil. Good work on the edge of the box. Delivery too close to the keeper. So the first of multiple matches that we'll have today from the Concacaf Caribbean Club Shield. Just a half hour after the conclusion of this one, we'll have Deportivo Nacional versus Golden Lion. Later on this evening, SV Real Rincon versus Young Holland. Also have Bayamon FC versus Southeast FC in about an hour. Well, over the last handful of minutes or so, it's been SWA Sharks asking more of the questions. You'd expect that with them chasing the goal. AS Gosier dropping a little bit deeper. That's not the best ball out of the back. And now Gosier looked to come forward. Looked like handball. Olivier allowed to continue. Gosier looking increasingly content to try to keep the ball and run down the clock whenever possible. Good feint from Karim Lauba. Again, SWA Sharks looking for a foul. This ball is kept in play along the right wing. Referee playing advantage. De Bello pulling it back and not doing so very well. So the advantage did not work out for Sharks. Brian Gregg hobbling as he gets back up. Brian Gregg looking really fatigued. Tough to sustain any kind of press when you're that tired. Here's Rempart Cole looking to burst away down the right. Rempart Cole with Livier arriving in the box. Tries belatedly to give it to him, but waited too long. Cut out by the Sharks defense. They look to counter now. Decent idea down the right, but again, just too much weight on the ball. The ideas have been good at times for both these sides today. The execution sometimes has not. And now we'll have the water break before we play the final 17 minutes plus stoppage time. Again, if you're just joining us, there was a third-minute opportunity for SWA Sharks as they broke in on goal, but Dimitri Edouard with a great foot save to keep SWA from opening the scoring right away in this match. And from there, AS Gosier gradually took control of the first half, and finally in the 40th minute they broke through on a beautiful headed goal from Serine Levier. And then in the beginning of the second half, AS Gosier had a couple good chances to make it 2-0. Weren't able to do so. SWA Sharks responded with a little period of pressure of their own, had a series of corner kicks. Brian Gregg almost scored an Olympico from one of those corners. Dimitri Edouard has made a couple of saves in this second half. So we're ready to go for this final quarter of an hour. With both these teams playing yesterday, probably some tired legs out there, especially with neither of these teams having many substitutes to bring on. SWA unable to get a hold of the ball in that sequence. Here they come now. Chance to come forward with Beljour. Beljour then sweeping it wide, but his wide teammate had made the tucking in run into the box. That's not a good ball. Intercepted easily by Jesse Rempart-Cole. Might have nutmegged the referee then. Pace of the game has really slowed as this second half has gone on. But still the chance for one moment to change everything for SWA Sharks. See the frustration growing for Brian Gregg, playing as the lone striker for Sharks. There's not a lot for him to get onto in this match. Good possession by Rempart-Cole. Again, Callum Park having to mop the hair out of his eyes. Now substitution for SWA. They're going to bring their other outfield player, Philip Shearer, on. Replacing Ricardo Joasilou. So Shearer on, Joasilu off, and Greg bundled over, and a free kick for SWA as we enter the 79th minute. Put back in play quickly by Shearer. Unable to make anything from that free kick, though. Now Gosier. Can they put this match away? Into the box it goes. Cleared to the edge of the area. See just the three white shirts up attacking for Gosier. Sharks wanted a foul there. Nothing given. Attack can continue for Jesse Rempart-Cole. Good defending, though, by Callum Park to dispossess him. Referee seeing nothing wrong with that sequence. And then a distance try, wide right. 11 minutes plus stoppage time to go for SWA to find an equalizer, or perhaps for AS Gosier to score that vital second. A Gosier win would put them top of the group with 6 points from 2 matches. Would nearly qualify them for the knockout stage. Who did that come off last? This will be a corner. With Siren Livier breaking into the box. Scorer of the game's only goal. AS Gosier in no hurry to take this corner. Adjust the socks, take your time chasing that ball. Anything you can to waste a few more seconds. Swung to the top of the box, all the way to the far touchline. Tracked down by Lucas Arden. Good ball, good overlapping run, but defended well. Be a throw for Gosier. Was Arden looking for the return ball in the box. Ledson Jerome read it for SWA. The box it comes, headed clear by Elsius. Gosier maintaining possession, though, running down the clock. SWA Sharks hoping to break, but the ball not breaking for them. Ball turned over, chance for Sharks to get forward, but choosing to play the ball backwards instead was Elsius. Beljour miscontrolled it at first and then couldn't find a teammate. Big collision, referee sees nothing wrong. This is Rempart-Cole with Elsius right on his hip. Job to maintain possession here by Gosier, just knocking it around until that from Chagnon. Down to just 7.5 minutes remaining. Greg able to take it down. He's not been able to have many touches in the attacking third in this match. Looking to cut inside, Greg. Thomas Gregg goes down. The referee not interested. Goal kick. Great run from Brian Gregg, and he thought he was chopped down in the box. The referee disagreed. Let's see it again. Started from that bad pass out into touch. Well, was that the moment for SWA? See if they can create another. Again, they've been playing with the wind in their favor in this second half. Haven't been able to create a lot. Ball over the top, and it came off the defender. Great chance for 2-0, and it's wasted. Put over the bar by Jesse Rempart-Cole. That should have been game over. Instead, it's still 1-0. Rempart-Cole leaning back. Couldn't keep it down. Referee just not calling any fouls in this second half. Allowing very physical play to continue. Well, if SWA were able to snatch a late equalizer and a point from this match, AS Gosier would kick themselves because they've had several great chances to score that second goal and have not been able to capitalize. So even though they've not been threatened much in this game, they've still made this final 5 minutes a little nervier than they'd like. Now play has been stopped with a man down for Gosier. See how tired players are. See if we can see what happened. Now this was the chance a moment ago. Cueing off the defender's foot, and Rempart-Cole, to be fair to him, he slipped as he went for that shot, but he'll still be disappointed. Plant foot gave way from underneath him and shanked it over the bar. Brian Gregg getting one last little cooling break in before the final several minutes. Referee gives the drop ball to Dimitri Edouard. It's a neat little back heel flick from Kevin de Belot. Gregg almost able to charge that ball down and maybe create a turnover. See how difficult it is for players to judge these aerial balls in this stiff wind. Good ball down the right. Chance maybe here for SWA, but unable to beat the first man with the cross was Junior Paul. It will be a corner. 3 minutes to go. SWA still seeking their first goal of the tournament. That might hand them their first point of the tournament. Ball won't sit still in the wind. Junior Paul skittering it low along the ground and screwed up into the air and back out for another corner. Well, that was almost a disaster at the near post. I believe that was Malik Brosiu who almost got that horribly wrong. Now this time it's Brian Gregg to take. Gregg hanging it up. Goalkeeper came and got there with a fist. Great job by Dimitri Edouard. He had to get there once he committed, and he just did, reaching through that maze of bodies to get a strong hand to it. Sharks come again. Back into the box it comes, headed straight up into the air. First clearance attempt was blocked. A little bit of late pressure for SWA now, still in this match because of those missed chances by Gosier. This is Beljour by the end line. Got past one, but then the touch carried it out. And the pressure relieved for Gosier. A lot of distance on those goal kicks because of that wind blowing in the face of Dimitri Edouard. SWA Sharks continuing to press for an equalizer, but Greg's not going to get to this. Gosier able to settle, and they'll look to possess as much as possible now. They are so close to 2 wins out of 2 and 6 points out of 6 in their first 2 games of this competition. They would have about a foot and a half into the knockout round if they can see out these final minutes. 30 seconds of the 90 remaining. We'll see how much time we have added on after that. Referee wants them to get on with it. To just boot it down the pitch and chew up some more time. Good job by Chanyeau to win possession. 4 minutes is the indicated stoppage time at the end of the second half. 4 more minutes for SWA Sharks to find a late equalizer. 4 more minutes for AS Gosier to hang on and make it 6 points out of 6. The throw into the top of the box, chested down by Greg, unable to control it from there. Taken in by Callum Park. Down the line it goes. Can Beljour get to it? No. Again, this turf has been so quick. We've seen it repeatedly. Wingers just unable to chase down balls toward the end line. What otherwise would have been promising positions. Good commitment there from Alex Bryan to win that ball for his team, but possession unable to be maintained, but then stolen back by Desbelow. Desbelow, edge of the box, thought about shooting, instead tried to play in his teammate, and it all went horribly wrong, and the chance is gone for SWA, and it might be their last of the day. You could see Desbelow thinking, should I have this shot, should I? He had a defender in front of him, probably wasn't sure it would get through. And again on this quick pitch, back across the end line it went. Offside given against Karim Lauba. Serene Livier's 40th minute goal, still the difference. 2 minutes left of the 4 added on. Free kick taken short, but not to anybody in blue. And a chance for the break for Gosier. And the referee sees nothing wrong with that, as Jose Elcius was able to stop the progress of that break. Gosier still controlling the ball forward. Good defending there by Ledson Jerome to prevent the second goal. Man has stayed down for Gosier. Play continues. But Gosier back on the ball. And they'll just try to dribble out this final minute if they can. Although with their teammates still down, now play is stopped. Chagnot upset that there was no call a moment ago. I think Jose Elcias is still upset about that incident that happened about 20 minutes ago after he first came on, where he felt he got elbowed to the face. See if we have some additional time added on because of that stoppage. SWA needing a ball to break for them in that half of the pitch. It's just not happening. Now a long ball down the right, taken in beautifully by Jesse Rempar-Cole. Then he was dispossessed. We've had the 4 minutes. There's the final whistle. And there's a second victory in 2 group matches for AS Gosier. 2 wins and 6 points for them, and they are nearly into the knockout rounds as they defeat SWA Sharks today by a goal to 0. Seren Livier's 40th minute goal holds up as the winner. And AS Gosier in excellent position now to advance to the knockouts for the first time in their second ever Continental Tournament appearance. We'll bring you highlights from the match in just a moment. As Kevin De Bello captained his side bravely today, but just not enough cutting edge for SWA Sharks. I think all the way back to that 3rd minute chance they had. Turned out to be their best chance of the match, and Dimitri Edouard made that big early save. Could have been a very different game otherwise. But from there, AS Gosier controlled most of the rest of the first half and found that breakthrough. Had to hang on a little bit at points in the second half. You expected that with the wind blowing in SWA Sharks' favor in the second half, but generally we're pretty comfortable defending that lead and had several chances to extend it, which they were unable to take advantage of, but still a strong showing by them. And they have a great chance of continuing on in this tournament. They'll, of course, have at least one more group phase match, but looking like a good bet to reach the knockouts. So we'll see highlights here in just a moment as we get set for more Caribbean Shield action later today. In about 45 minutes or so, it'll be Deportivo Nacional versus Golden Lion. SV Real Rincon and Young Holland coming up as well. Also have Bayamon FC versus Southeast FC in about 35 minutes or so. Here are those highlights as AS Gosier and SWA Sharks began their second respective matches of group play. And that foul early on gave AS Gosier a free kick, and the yellow card shown to Kevin De Bello. The shot traveled wide from SWA Sharks. This was a great chance later on in the first half. Johan Nankasori will feel he should have done better there. But then the goal arrived on 40 minutes. Good floated cross into the box. Great acrobatic header from Seren Livier. Tumbling backwards, but able to guide it into the corner. Really well done. Well worked goal, well finished goal. And in a game that sometimes didn't have a whole lot of cutting edge in the final third, that was the moment of quality that made the difference. And then in the second half, again, AS Gosier had some great chances to extend the lead. This one for Jesse Rempart-Cole, trying to chip the goalkeeper. Sebastian Turbyfield wasn't fooled. This was a good opportunity, or at least it should have been, that Junior Paul just couldn't take in cleanly to set himself for a shot. Had some physical play as the second half wore on. That was a yellow card to Luca Vivini. And then this great chance, skewing off a couple defenders. Rempart-Cole slipping as he tried to apply the finishing touch and put it over the bar. And so AS Gosier really allowed SWA Sharks to hang around in this match, but SWA unable to take advantage. Never could find the equalizer, and they succumb to that Cyril Livier goal. Hope you've enjoyed the match. Again, we'll have plenty more action from this tournament throughout the day. Until then, for our great production crew, I'm Donnie Barnes, saying so long for now from the Estadio Centroamericano de Mayaguez, where our final score was AS Gosier 1, SWA Sharks 0.
Deportivo Nacional and Golden Lion. Both teams